Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to Henford on Bagley. We're back in the area of Old New Henford today, and we're in the Hamlet of Whittington. We are moving on to a new lot today, and I'm going to be introducing a new sim. Everybody meet Mabel Fletcher and her cat, Gary. So let's get into game and meet them a little bit more. And a happy Friday to one and all. Welcome back to Let's Build the Worlds. And here we are with a new sim. I'm in love with her. This is Mabel Fletcher. You can kind of maybe see where I'm going with that. I don't know why I'm doing that, but there we go. This is Mabel and her cat, Gary. Gary, where are you, my love? Gary's probably asleep by now. Gary's a lazy Persian, a big ginger lazy Persian. And I absolutely love him. But this is Mabel. Oh, she's got her cat shoes on. Of course she has. Beautiful tights. And I've used some of the new clothes as well from those kit packs. From the new kit pack, the Golden Years kit pack. It's nice. And the new glasses, we've done that as well. She looked a little bit different, but because that new kit pack came out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna put you in some of the new stuff. And here she is in all of her glory. Now we are going to be on Cobblebottom Road today. It would have been nice if we, well, not it would have been nice, but you were expecting me to kind of carry on with the row and stuff. I wanted to get somewhere a little bit different. I did have a different house planned for her, but I just think that this house here would suit her a little bit more. Now, Mabel is a world-renowned author. Now, I think she's dabbled in a lot of kind of period sort of like books you can imagine. You know, your Pride and Prejudice, your Gosford Parks, that kind of vibe. But more recently, she's decided to kind of step into a different field, and she's been doing a lot of sort of crime books and crime novels and murders. Because of the happenings that's been going on, she got inspired by that. Can you imagine murders in your village? Let's get a bit of inspiration, loves. So that is where her kind of like love lies now. Now, I think Hazel is where Hazel and Mabel, I think Hazel absolutely loves her. She tries to pick her brains with everything novel-wise. Obviously, with the Midnight Library being over the road, it's one of, I'm going to say it's one of Mabel's regular haunts. She loves to go and see what new books and stuff that they've got in. And I think they've struck up quite a close relationship. Now, Hazel hasn't really lived in this place for very long. I'm talking about Hazel, you know, over the road. But I think Mabel has lived here for many, many years. I'm going to say she's probably one of the most original members of the Hamlet of Whittington. So she's lived here for a very, very long time. And she knows the ins and outs of what goes on here and there. She's at the pub. I think she's a bit of a gossip. She's definitely nosy. I've made her into a nosy sim. And I think that will help her with the career that she is a best-selling author. She is. And it's helped her throughout the whole of that career to kind of get up some juicy ideas and some storylines and stuff. I think she was married, but we all know what happened to her husband, don't we? No, he actually left her for a younger model, but I'm going to say maybe about a good 20 years ago. And she was just like, nah, that's it. Done with men. Don't want to know anything. I'm setting my boundaries here. This is how I'm going to go through life. And she concentrated on her business. She is a world-renowned author. And that is how she likes to be remembered. Yes, she does indeed. But I just love her. I love her. I love her storyline. I really wanted a single older lady living with her cat. Someone who's a little bit nosy, but also very talented. Like, she's got her own business. She's very, very talented. And she's famous. So she is known around the village and further. But she likes to keep to herself. She enjoys her privacy, which is why I moved her onto this lot, because I had her planned for another house, but I want her to have her own standalone house over here. And I do have a reference image that I'm going to pop up on the screen for you now. This gorgeous house here. Look, it's got a unicorn chimney. So hopefully we might be able to make that look somewhat decent when we build this house. So I'm going to say that maybe this house is maybe like an old orphanage or something along those kind of lines. Like back in the day, I think it's been used as well as several other things throughout its lifetime. I'm taking on some inspiration from the places that I've stayed. Like maybe it was like an old school as well at one point, like a small school in the village, or some kind of college or after school club, or even like a women's institute. Like a lot of those sort of things were used as that back in the day, and now they reside in the areas of England as a house. And I would really like to bring that forward and have it with this particular house. But I just think this is really lovely. I think this is going to be the next red brick kind of build that we're going to be doing on this lot. And I just think this lot here was perfect for it because it's detached, it's away from everything else, it helps keep her privacy, and we're able to give her like a little bit of a small front garden and stuff as well. So that is what we're doing today, and that is it. That is it for Mabel. But I'm in love with Mabel, and I'm also in love with Gary as well. Can we open your eyes, Gary? There we go. Let's have a little look at those beautiful eyes. Well, he looks a bit scary actually. Gary, you're not scary, you're gorgeous. Don't hear him, don't listen to me. But I think this is Mabel's love of her life. It really is. And I reckon he's getting quite old as well. So they all do, these beautiful animals. So this is what we're building on today. So that's it. Nothing more needs to be said or done apart from let's get into the build mode and let's make a start. So then, my loves, here we bloody go indeed. Happy Friday. The weekend is upon us. I don't feel like I've done much work this week, and this isn't work, this is a dream. Just because I only got 3 videos out this week, so I feel a bit naughty actually, to be honest. If I can get you to there, will you? No, you won't. I was just about to say, will that hedge poke through? Okay, right, we've got that going on. We've got this going to maybe around about there. And then this kind of bumps out into a little vestibule. We're going to put that to there. Oh, I've got a hat on today. Did you notice? Reasons being, I went for a swim this morning in the sea. I've been trying. This year was the year I said I want to start wild swimming more. And that's exactly what I'm doing, loves. Exactly what I'm doing. And I went in the sea this morning. And I'm going in again this evening after I've got this lovely video out. Yes, I am indeed. Oh, you bugger. Well, we're going to have to try and meander this tree somewhere else. We'll just pop it there for the minute. It's fine. That's actually a good shaped house to start off with. Though this garden is not going to be the biggest of gardens. But I'm not really bothered about that. I think it will be absolutely fine. It's a shame. I don't know if I can use the same windows as what I used on the vicarage. If you remember, I used these windows over here. I'm wondering if I could still use them on here or not. I don't really want it to look similar, you know? I don't want it to look similar, so maybe not. Maybe we'll have to find something completely different, but those would be perfect. But again, we're working with the Sims. We'll see our limitations, won't we? That's actually a really good shape. I'm happy with that shape. I think that would be perfect. Yes, it will, Jade. So let's get a little roof line on here then, shall we? This one here. I'm going to flop you flaps in on the edges. And I might keep flaps out at the front and the back. We'll see what happens. Let's get this roof line on. Lovely. You are far too tall. You need to be brought down to an English level. Maybe a little bit taller than that. Just one. Can we? Just one? There we go. Yes, that's the ticket. And it has got the same roof line down on this part here as well, which I'm going to do. I'm going to flop you into there and bring you to there like that. Yeah, I think we can work with that. I don't know. I'm still iffing around about these flaps. So I might even just flap them in for now. They might not be the ticket. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that. So this is quite a nice sized house, really. It's not going to be a squeeze in here. We're only going to be putting 1 bedroom up here. I'm going to do 2 rooms. Maybe I'll put the bathroom up here as well. But I want one of the rooms to be her office. So it is a 2-bedroom house, but one of them is her dedicated writing space. And I think I would want something that kind of looks out over the moorland. So maybe having her writing room here, because I could put windows here. We'll see what happens with that. That roof is quite high, isn't it? Let's bring it down 1 more, my love. Just 1 more smidge like that. We'll see what happens with that. Okay. Now, I think I am going to go ahead and use the same brick as what we've used over there. I think that might be a little bit too red, actually. Can we make it look a little bit dirtier? A little bit more dirty. Maybe that isn't the right brick then. I think I might go ahead and use this one here from the Realm of Magic. It's a little bit darker, but I think it would work. I think we can do that. Let's get that on. Yeah, I think so. Think we can make that work. Let's see what happens. That could change. Now, this roof has the terracotta tile. But as we all may well know, the terracottas are just not great in The Sims. They're really not. They're too bright and they don't fill me with vibes. And I'm all about the vibes today, loves. All about the vibes indeed. Doesn't go well with that brick. I think this could be the wrong brick, you know. This base game one does fit in quite nicely. Even with the tile too. So I think we might go for this one here instead. What colour do we... Yeah, that colour there. I think we can make this work. I think we can. I'm just going to try the flaps out again one more time. We can maybe make that work as well. Okay. Well, the all-important thing is getting the windows right. So I'm going to hunt through for a window that we can use. And I think the ones that are winning are the get-together windows. Now, it's not going to look exactly like the reference image, but I think these are going to be the best shout, to be honest. If I can put you and you there, get one of them above here, like this, at the same height, please, if you will. And then we're going to get two down here. So one there, and another one on that side. If I can get you to around about there. I think we can make that work. I honestly do. Now I'm wondering, shall we use this shape on this bit here? Yes. I can do one there. One on this bit here. Lovely. And I probably want to put one around there as well, don't I? Don't I? The answer is yes. Yes, we do. Okay. Kind of happy with that. I did say I wanted windows here. Wondering if I could do like two smaller ones like that. These are going to be too small though. They're not too bad. They don't really give... She's not going to get much of a vibe out of those small windows, is she? Would these fit here? I don't think they would. No, that's going to look a bit odd. These will though. If I did two of them, like one there and one on that side there like this. We can make that work. I think we can make that work. We'll soon see. We will soon see indeed. Now the door, we have got a very similar door in the castle estate. Oh, in fact, I think I used it on the church, didn't I? Yes, this one. Can we use this door here, but maybe change out the colour? Go for a little bit more of a vibe like that. That looks good, actually. That does look good there. I do think we can make it work, you know, my loves. Let me just see these flaps. I think I prefer it without the flaps, you know. We've gone back to the drawing board. I was not happy with those windows. There was just something about them. I think it was because they just looked a little bit too big for this space. It didn't matter so much down on the vicarage. I just thought it suited the vicarage. But for this build here, I want to go a little bit more smaller windowed. That is the ticket. So that's what we're going to do today. So we can still make it look the way that we want to. Is that a different colour window there? Oh, I think it is. I prefer the creamy tone. Let's get you into there. Yeah, this is going to be better. This is going to be much more the vibe. That's what I want. I tried loads of different windows as well, just to sort of see. Even these ones, these looked good as well. But I think these just settle into the space a little bit more and make it look a little bit more cottagey, which is what I want this place to look, even though it is a bit of a fancy ex-school slash college slash orphanage. I don't know. Something. You can think of the storyline. I think that looks a little bit better. It does. I'm for it. I'm absolutely for it. So I'm going to use these ones. Maybe we should do a smaller one there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a smaller one there. Just put one window on this bit. Is that in the middle? It is now. And then use these smaller ones just here. That's the ticket. Oh, yes, indeed. And we're going to do the same back here as well. That's far too high, Aiden, you silly bum. I can make this work. We're going to make it work. It's going to be fabulous once it's done. No, it's definitely a flaps in situation. I keep trying to get me flaps out, and I keep getting arrested. You gotta laugh, haven't you? Why? Because if not, you'll just cry. I can pop this in then. Do that and that there. Little face on the side of the house. Yes, but they are up too high. You need to come down. Yeah, this is the ticket. This is the moment. I'm happy. Okay. And then I think what we'll do exactly the same back here. Are you in the right position? You are. Do the same back here with these. What height are we doing on that, my darling? We're going up there, are we? I'm not going to do the middle one just yet, because I think this is going to be where the stairs come up. I'm unsure at the floor plan just yet. And I'm going to do 2 smaller ones just so it balances out on this side as well. You there. And you there. That is in the complete wrong place. You need to come in there. And you need to go there. Do you need to come down? No. No, she's fine. Okay, fabulous. I'm not going to put any on the back here just yet because I don't know what I want to do with the floor plan. I need to figure out the floor plan first before I can put any windows on the back. But yeah, I think that's what I want it to look like. Again, once detail and stuff is on here, it's going to change it so much more. Now, weirdly, well not weirdly, but interestingly, it's got like a castle sort of like battlement, whatever they call it. I don't know what they're called. Filaments, no idea. But I don't think we're going to be able to do that because this is only 2 tiles. So that's just not going to work. But I would like to do something a little bit different up here. Maybe even adding in some kind of wall. What would you look like up here? Oh, is that going to be a bit overkill? Let me just get it in. You're probably looking at this now and thinking, Aiden, what are you doing? And you'll be right because that's... No, it's not hideous. But it's just not the vibe. But you get where I'm going. Well, I've done that there for the minute. I'm not 100% sold on it. There's something that needs to happen with it, but I'm unsure. And I've also thought, what about adding these on? This will be annoying to do. But maybe adding this detail on all of the edges. And that could maybe tie in this area here. We're going to test it out. Testicles, darling. Sorry. Testicles. I think we can do this. Let's have a look. I'll put it all on and it'll look shit. Oh, God. It's not even on the edge. It needs to be here. Oh, God. That's going to be off the edge. Oh, God. I'm going to have to put it on manually. I think we're making a mistake. Let's see if we are making a mistake. You need to go there. You need to stop where you are, you little shit. And we need to pop you to there. It is risen up a little bit off the floor there, but shush. I think this could be a ticket. I honestly think it could be an absolute ticket. So let's try this. So we are sizing this down. There's going to be a bit of a gap there. That's fine. We can absolutely meander everything after. Let's just get it on and see what we think about it first, you know. We've done this on plenty of builds before, and it just gives a little bit of je ne sais quoi sometimes, and sometimes in life that is all you need. It's an absolute little jiggle of je ne sais quoi. Yeah, I think it could be the winner, you know. There's several things that need to happen and change, but I think we could be onto a winner here. First things first, you need to stop being an absolute breast. I'm going to pop you to there. You're going to go to there. You are going to sort your life out and you're going to get down there. Thank you. Oh, I think it's the one. I'm just going to put it on everywhere and then we're going to see there if it's the right thing to do. What was that sentence? No idea, but let's see. Ooh, that took a bit of work, my loves. It really bloody did, but I'm happy with it. Things had to change. The roof pitch had to change because I was just not, if it's not vibing with it. The roof texture had to change as well. Not vibing with that either. But I like the way that this looks. I think once we've got lovely ivy on this, I see this like being quite overgrown with ivy. I think it's going to come into a bit of a fruition, shall we say. Started on a floor plan downstairs. So you walking through this way, straight into a living area here. Kind of swings all the way around this way. This is going to be where the kitchen is. And I think this is going to be the nice dining room area here with a downstairs bathroom. Upstairs, I think this is going to be a very simple floor plan. I think we'll do one bedroom there. And I think we'll make the landing... how do I want to do this landing? In fact, like that. That was the most difficult floor plan I've ever done in my life. It really was. I just don't want to take away this window. I don't want to add that into the room because of where the stairs are here. So I think that's just going to work quite nicely as it is, to be honest. So with that being said, we can get this one at the back here. Lovely job. Yes, I'm happy with that. And then downstairs... I think I'd probably just use these here. I've just noticed these are like that. We'll sort that out. We'll sort that out at a later date. So maybe what I could do is do one of them there. Maybe I could do two, actually. 1 and 2 there. Like that. And then 1 there. Or even, actually, get rid of that one. And have a smaller one there. Just so it makes it look a little bit more interesting. Ooh. Can I move you? And just make it balanced? Yes. The answer is yes. Well, that was simple in itself as well. Okay. Now, one thing that made this build, which it looks nothing like this reference image anymore, so I'm going to get rid of that reference image, was the chimneys. There was one in the middle, like a unicorn, but there was also 2 on either edge. I think what I'm just going to do is use the 2 on each edge. But can we use this one, or does it look very strange? Actually, that's not too bad. Let's get them into that position. I like them there. Oh, yes. And I might just play around with the swatches because this one here just doesn't fit the bills as much as what I thought it would. Oh, that one there fits in perfectly with those bricks, but it's got a black chimney on it. Can we get away with that? No, it's too much contrast against the windows. I think that one there is probably the way to go. Yeah, I'm happy. Do we want to see if we can add some dormers onto this? I don't know if we're going to be able to, but let's give it a good old-fashioned try, you know? Maybe even like 2 dormers. Don't know how this is going to look, but let's give it a try anyway. I'm going to size them down. Maybe just once. If I could do like 1 like there, and then size it down again and do 1 there. Let me just see you. I do like it, but I don't love it. And I need to love it. Did I say I don't like it, but I do love it? I don't know what I said just then. It didn't feel right. No, dormers are not the vibe. We're not doing it. Okay, right. Let's concentrate on some details for the front of this house then, shall we, to finish off today? So, what I want is a nice iron fence at the front here. I want it to be quite fancy looking. And like this kind of like sort of vibe. Wondering if I could use a black one for this. Let's have a little look. Where did I just put that? There. Not there, please. Thank you. Let's see if it will work out the front here. I don't dislike it. If I can grab you into there and pull you along as well. Get rid of that. I don't love it. You know, we're on a love train today, so I need to be able to love it to put it down there. I prefer that. Oh, and we've used this somewhere else as well, haven't we? I just can't remember where we've used that. We used it up by the pub, so that will kind of make sense. Let's do that then. You know, let's grab this one in. This is the ticket. This is the tickety-boo. Yes. Oh, I'm for it. I love this little street coming down here as well. We're going to be tarting up this as well with some benches and stuff, so don't you worry. I love that, but we all know it does not come with a matching gate. Well, it does, but it's just bloody massive. We don't want a big gate like that. Or do we, actually? No, it's a bit drama. I think we can go for that one there instead. Yeah, that's better. That's the ticket. Okay, I'm happy. Happy at last. We do, however, need to get in a drain pipe, don't we, loves? Let's find this drain pipe, and can we go for a lighter version? Oh, that colour looks awful. What about you? Oh, that one suits it. Don't want to put that on that stonework though, so maybe if I just put it off to the side, around up there, that will suffice. Oh, it looks lovely. And then I'm going to do another one there as well. Yes, in fact, I'm going to move you to the back. We're going to pop you there. Oh, she's beautiful. Stunning, gorgeous, gorgeousness. Now, as I said, I would like some ivy on this build, and I think I want to go down the route of having a nice green plush ivy. So I'm going to use quite a bit of this, I think. So let's start doing that. Let's start flopping up all this around. Let's bring you around to about there. Grab you to there, and then up onto this level as well. Oh, yes. This is the ticket. This is when it all starts making a bit more sense. We got there in the end, didn't we, my darlings? It was touch and go then, because I didn't know what we were going for. But that's the thing as well. Reference images sometimes just give you a little kick up the bum, like to go in a completely different direction. And we've gone in a different direction. But I think this really works. And I think it fits in with the village as well, which is nice. Which is very, very nice. Yeah, the end. What a lovely story. If I can grab you down to here. Are you going to be floating? Maybe just a smidge. If I size these down, and then I can fill up that little gap underneath of there like that then. Bring that all the way around like this. Oh, she's stunning. We'll do the same there as well. I like this point here above the porch as well now. Now that we did everything else, I think it makes a lot of sense actually. And I'm for it. I'm going to completely litter this whole front bit in ivy. Just this bit here. I don't want it all over everything, but I do want it on quite a substantial amount. We're even going to do it around here, loves. Oh, she's beautiful. Let's pop you up to there as well. Yes, that's the ticket. That is the absolute get your boob out ticket, darlings. It really is. Oh, that is a saying from me and my friends, by the way. Have I ever said that in a video? Get your boob out? Probably, because we all know what I'm like. But yeah, that is a big saying from me and my friends. Do we want to use the same stone as that? It doesn't make sense, does it? Oh, we could use this one though, which is very similar but a different pattern, isn't it? Might want to go for the bit more of the brown. Oh no, we can't do that with that one. I wish that one came in the same brownie tone as this one, but oh well. Let's do this. And I'm thinking a tree here, so I'm going to leave that like that. And I think the tree in question is going to be one of these tall cypress trees. But I'm going to size it down. Maybe twice, actually. Yeah, let's do one either side here like this. One. And then put another one there like that. Oh, she's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Let's move you a little bit more in. And the same with you, my love. Beautiful. Now, I've also thought, I think this could work. And did we use that on the church? We did. Maybe we could use these on this build. Because we've gone for a bit more of a dramatic looking build. What's stopping us from having these on it? But I might want to size these down. And go for a smaller size. Like that size. I think we can get away with this, loves. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, we can. Oh, of course we can. Of course we can. I think this might be a little bit of a two-parter, the exterior, because I've been iffing or amming with everything today, but more details need to be added. And as always, if you've got any ideas, then feel free to let me know down below, my loves. Let me see this. Yes. Yeah, I like that. I'll put some on here as well. Let's do that as well then. Oh, it's done a bit of work, loves. We did well today. Congratulations. Congratulations. Gonna flop another one. That one there was disappearing when I was putting it there. Because Sims, that's why. That is indeed why. Oh, here we are, look. All right, can we get you at a level where you are not being an absolute prick? Let me see. Oh, is that the perfect level? Slightly higher, but it was because of the great winds of 93. That's what we're going to say there. Yeah. So I'm going to put some bits and bobs at the front here, and I still want to do a lot more exterior details. I think like a nice like placard or a bit of like plaster work up there would look really nice. But I think we're going to leave that until the next part. But that's a nice house. I'm happy with that. Very happy indeed. But this is where I'm going to leave it now, my darlings. Thank you so much for watching. Have the most marvellous weekends. I'm going to be back on Tuesday for some more Inzoi fun. We're going to be cracking on with that build that we started last week or the week before. One of them. And we've also got the final part of my dream home build coming out next week as well. So that is it. That is it in a nutshell. Leave me some lovely comments. Have a wonderful weekend and I'll see you all again on Tuesday. Goodbye.